What's up, y'all? Oh my gosh. Coming at you live. This is like a impromptu live. Usually I do these on Thursdays, but this can't wait. This message cannot wait. I'm actually wanting this to be higher. That looks better. So, actually, I'll get it. So, this message, I want to come on here today. I called this divine intuition, authenticity, and genius, because those are the things that I have been working on lately. And focusing on is a better term, I think, for that. Because it's a tapping into. And these are cornerstones. These are the exact things that you can tap into when you fully open yourself up to understanding, knowing yourself deeper, doing the deeper work, doing the inner work. I'm literally tagging people right now as I'm talking, so because I want all of y'all to hear this, because this has been profound in my mind, and the lessons, right? The lessons that I teach y'all are the things that I am mastering, right? The things that I can tell you in multiple different ways how to understand this, because this stuff is going to unlock so much for you. And I can't say that enough. Like, this work is where it's at. And it's so funny because I had a really good conversation with a friend today. And, you know, sometimes it takes the universe putting people in your path for you to understand who you are, where you are, so that you can celebrate yourself, so that you can bring yourself to feel accomplished, right? So that you can continue to remember who the fuck you are, and that you're always moving forward. Because we tend to, as humans, sit in this idea of negativity and doubt, right? So something bad happens, something not bad, but something that we don't want to happen, right? Happens, and we make it mean something about us. And it means nothing about us at all. The point is, the universe is putting this in your path so that you can recommit to who the fuck you are. So that you can step back into your confidence, step back into your commitment to who you want to be, to what you want to create. That is the reason why these things are thrown in your face. That is the reason why these things are created in your life. These like roadblocks, these moments of confusion, these moments of doubt, right? Is so that you can recommit and reiterate that your psyche is on point with the person that you want to be, right? So divine intuition, authenticity, and genius is a path, right? When you unlock these things, it's a path to your greatness. It's a path to your impact, to your legend. It is a path to exactly who you want to be. And when you unlock these things, everything starts to get easier, right? So you'll go through these moments of, there's a climax, right? So there's a buildup, and then the climax at the top is when you finally break through that resistance, and then there's bliss on the other side because you receive your answers, right? But if you do not release it, right? If you do not release it and trust yourself and trust the universe that these answers are coming to you, then it's going to continue to feel like resistance, or you're going to give up, right? Or you're going to feel like you're going backwards, right? And you're never going backwards. You're always moving forward. You can never unlearn a lesson that you've already learned. That is so important. You can never unlearn a lesson that you've already learned. And my teachings are just blowing up in my head because there's so much more understanding as you move through this stuff, right? So you can think about it as the buildup is that resistance that you have. And maybe you're crying, maybe you're confused, maybe you're feeling doubtful, maybe you're wondering why all these people are just dropping out of your life when you thought that, this is where the opportunity was. And then you release it. You release the attachment to the things that are falling apart, right? The chaos, right? Release attachment to everything being exactly how you want it to be. Because the quantum surprise is what's going to bring you. Yeah, give me some likes and hearts if you're loving this stuff, because this is profound in my head right now. It's just like, this is what people need to hear. It's just like screaming at me. That's why I had to do this live. I'm like, everybody needs to listen to this. So the buildup is where you have to let go of the resistance that you have to believing that when things are falling apart, it doesn't mean you're moving forward, right? You're always moving forward. This is the trajectory, and shit's gonna fall off so that you know what you truly want, right? All this random stuff that doesn't matter is gonna fall off when you commit, right? When you commit to the thing that you want the most. And you commit through action, you commit through doing the shadow work, you commit through diving deep, you commit through taking action, right? When you commit, everything else falls off. And then you create more space in your life to make more wealth, to, have the physique you want, to have the mind you want, to have the friends you want, to have the opportunities you want, right? So the more you say no to things, the more yeses come your way. We all know this, right? That's like a common understanding of manifestation and just the way life works, right? Say no to things you don't want, and the doors open to where you do want, right? When another door closes, or when a door closes, another door opens, right? We know that parable. So when you're sitting in this and you're letting go of everything else. So let me tell you this in a story. So, because this has been profound for me to understand at this point, because this is the first time that I ever feel like I truly, truly, truly committed to something, made it happen, like started taking the action, right? So I was going to move in July, and we were going to go on like a road trip and be gone for a while out of town. And so I committed to it, right? So I took the actions. I started packing up things. I started looking at where we were going to stay, where we were going to live, what it would be like. I started visualizing this. And the more and more that I committed to this thing, the more I realized I didn't want it. And so what happened was I was delivered what I truly did want. Through me focusing and committing and seeing and taking the chance on myself and really putting my all into this thing that I wanted, which was to travel and work full time, I recognized that what was more important to me was the community that I've built in this town. Because opportunities started to arise. The minute I committed to this other thing, right, leaving this town, all these opportunities started to arise that excited me, right? So I let go of the thought that this town was holding me back. And I decided to make a move and make a decision, right? Or whatever thought that I was having, because it wasn't necessarily that the town was holding me back. So whatever thought that is creating, like, I got to get out of here, right? And the minute that I finally committed to getting out of here, I realized I didn't want to leave. And so I opened up a can of freaking truth for myself. And all these shadows that I didn't even realize I had came out so that I could dissolve them, right? And transmute them. And so that's the work, is committing to something, because it doesn't mean that in 3 months, in 5 months, in 6 months, that you can't change your mind, right? I changed my mind because now I'm committed to something completely different, right? But I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't know what I'm doing, right? No, I committed to something, and I was going to continue to go down that path until something else popped up, right? And that something else popped up. And now everything is exactly as it should be, right? When I visualize these things of how my life is going to go now, that I'm not committed to leaving, that I'm committed to staying, I'm excited, right? This is what manifestation is, y'all. You commit to something. Everything else that doesn't fucking matter anymore just drops the fuck off, right? And your goal gets easier and easier to see because you get clear, right? It's the same thing as when, like Marie Kondo, she's like, clear your space out, right? Like clear shit out. Like clear the things out of your life that have been sucking your energy, that do not matter. And then you will see the truth for what it is, right? You will see the truth of truly what you want. This makes me want to cry right now, y'all. Like, it's profound when you let go. When you completely let go, the universe just serves you. Look at me. Like, everybody needs to know this because I see so many people struggling. Like, so many people struggle to figure out what they want because they're afraid to commit to one thing, because they feel like if they put all their eggs in one basket. This is what the crossroads of Dharma is talking about right here, is you commit to something and it changes everything. And it's exactly the change that you need to propel yourself into the future that you want. And so the answers came because I let go, because I got curious about what it would be like to actually take action towards this thing. And so I took the actions that felt really aligned, right? And then it showed me I don't want to leave. I want to be right here. And now I can fully commit to this new goal, to this new idea, to this new creative process, right? Because the more and more that you commit to something and then recognize, is it a yes or a no, right? Without asking yourself all the time, is this yes or no? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Blah, blah, blah. No, just fucking commit and you will know. Let go of the overthinking mind. Let go of the constant overwhelm of thoughts in your head and enjoy your fucking life. And what I mean by that is like slow down and speed up at the same time, right? Slow down your thoughts. Take the time that you need. There's so many 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs out there who just are in meetings all the time, are constantly doing shit, constantly overthinking, trying to, create a team, and they're just like overworked. And they won't give themselves rest because they think they have to do this one thing, all this strategy and all this work in order to create what they want. But that is their mindset that is creating that reality for them, right? And if you actually had the belief that the universe is working for you, even working for you in your business, even when you weren't actively like working on something in your business, like typing something up or creating an email or anything, when you were relaxing, having your coffee in the morning, working out, right? Taking care of yourself, making yourself really fucking good food. When you turn into that belief, then the strategy matters only when it's aligned, right? Because you can like push and push and push and push and push, or you can flow. And it's a choice and it's a belief, and you can destroy everything that is stopping you from being open to be the energetic match of the thing that you want like that. So if you want a lot of money, but you believe that you have to work really fucking hard to get it, then you're going to work really hard and you're going to burn yourself out, but you're going to get the money, but you're going to burn yourself out, right? So you have to work really hard because that is your belief. So shifting that and tuning into something else that feels even better, because you understand that you are the absolute creator of your reality. This is the profound understanding, the profound wisdom that will come to you when you do the work. And no matter if it's the physical body, no matter if it's the emotional body, the mental body, it's all a mindset, it's all an energetic thing. It is all an energetic thing. You can look at yourself in the mirror and have negative thoughts about yourself and you're going to be a nasty person, right? You can look at yourself in the mirror and like love the shit out of yourself no matter what size you are, and you're going to be a beautiful person. You're going to be glowing. People are going to notice this, right? So the profound understanding, that is the wisdom. That is the profoundness of this. It is the connection, the understanding, the wisdom that comes from doing this work. And I relate this all the time to martial arts, Kuksul. Like, this is the reason why. It makes me want to cry again. I fucking love Kuksul, y'all. Like, it lights me up because it's so relevant to living the dream. The discipline, the drive, the enjoyment, the power, the softness, the letting go of expectations and letting your body move in the way that you want it to move. and not judging it and just accepting where you're at and knowing that when you accept who you are right now, even though you know that's not me, but I accept who I am, I accept what I look like. I know that my face doesn't normally look like that, but I accept who I am because I know it's going to change, right? This isn't a moment for you to like step into hating yourself. It's a moment for you to just understand that you are the absolute creator. And so when you just let go, you get curious about something, and then you know the answer is going to come to you. So you let go of it. And you just like open yourself up to receive the information. And then it pops up. You don't have to go search for it. You just like go about your day and you get intuitive hits to like get on your phone or go to a library and open up this random book or like walk into this place and like somebody is talking about the thing that you were just thinking about, right? This is what flow is in life. This is what that climax is. You let go of all the resistance in the buildup. Resistance, doubt, fear. You let go, boom, bliss. And you have your answer. And the judgment that happens during the buildup is what keeps us in the buildup. And so when you fully commit and then you let go and you just get curious and you stop trying to make life so fucking serious, because it's not serious at all, y'all. Like, I've been seeing this meme everywhere. Like, we're hurling through space on a spinning rock, right? Yet we're so focused on us being the center of the reality when it's all the same. We're all created of energy. And if you tap into that field through seeing, through hearing, through tasting, maybe even, like, I haven't looked into that. Maybe smelling will allow you to tap into certain memories, right? Into knowing, into understanding. The answers will come to you, and it's fucking profound. It is so profound. So the work is believing in yourself, believing yourself. The work is becoming so aware of yourself that you're creating exactly what you want. The work is having your internal and your external realities, your states, your internal state and your external state match. Because, a lot of 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs, the inside is there. They have the mindset, they know what they're doing. And the external, their physical body isn't what they want it to be, right? Because maybe they're not feeding themselves with the right food or moving their bodies. Maybe like they fell off their practice because they're working so much, right? When you are in integrity with your manifestations, with your wealth, the internal and the external match. And that has been the lesson of my entire life, which is why I feel like this is tapping, I feel that this is my genius, right? Which is why I can tap into this genius, is because I've done the work, right? And this is the message that everybody shares, right? The message you share is the message that that has created such a massive change in your life because you understand it. You understand the whole process of it. You understand so that you can share with others the epic transformation, right? And so the internal and the external match. And I used to think all the time that, the creator of my reality, like I could just continue to do physical work to clear my mind and that I could still create what I wanted. But I wasn't being an energetic match for my external body on the inside, right? So you're looking in the mirror, you're still talking shit about yourself, you're still not believing that you're moving forward, you're still having negative thoughts, you're still focusing on what isn't working instead of focusing on what is working. Man, this fucking video is great. Ugh. This is the key here, y'all. This is what you need to focus on. And this is where my business is going. This is what lights me up the most. This is the profound change, transformation that I'm going to facilitate for the people who are ready. Because it takes awareness. Hi, Joan. It takes awareness. It takes commitment, and it takes yourself to be driven, and it takes a certain sort of craziness that you can focus and be so aware on these things. So for example, I'm like driving in my car, I'm breathing, I'm softening my jaw, I'm focusing on my physical body, I'm still having thoughts, I'm still paying attention to the road, right? I'm still listening to music. It's called a split awareness. And the more and more that you practice this, right, they say we can hold like 7 points of awareness. Most people stop at like 3 or 4 because we get laser focused and you just stay there, right? But you can hold 9, 10, 11, 12 points of fucking awareness, like as many points of awareness as you want, right? That is the work. That's the work that I've been doing my entire life. In all of yoga, it's press your back foot down and lift your chest at the same time and turn your muscles on, right? And bring your chin up and back. But don't forget about your back foot. I bet you did, right? That is the work. Same thing in the gym, same thing in martial arts. It's an awareness of the whole body. There's a profound teaching that my mentor taught me, and from his master, from his mentor. And he said, go through all the forms, like 276 forms. I don't know that number though. It's like 200 something. And he said, go through them all in your head as fast as you can. And he said, me, already done. Because it's not a thought that creates this thing. It's not you going through your head piece by piece, visualizing it. It's an embodiment of Kuksul as the language that it is. Right? So it's a connection of the mind, the heart, the body, the spirit, the energy. It is an understanding, an encapsulated understanding of the whole thing in 1 second. An understanding of your physical form and your energetic form and the frequency of which Kuksul is, right? The frequency of which a master holds himself in, fills himself with. Profound, y'all. If you don't understand this, I got you. Like, these programs that I'm about to put out are going to be insane. This new moon energy, I'm telling y'all, I was in that resistance. I was in the buildup. I've been in it for a couple of weeks. And the epic understandings and embodiments and knowledge and wisdom that has come out of this is the work. This is the work. And that's why health and wealth are your internal and your external state. When you have your health on point, which is a lot of mindset, right? The first person that ever ran the mile in 4 minutes, nobody thought that anybody could do that. They were like, it's against physics, right? Well, one person was like, I can fucking do that, and I'm gonna fucking do that. And then they did it, and guess what? Everyone else started doing it. This is what I'm talking about right here. When you match your internal and your external frequency, your reality together, your states, when you match them, that is when you are in integrity with your manifestations, with your life, and everything starts to come to you. Easily. Just comes up. Curious, boom, it's right there. Curious, walk into a store, have your answer. Curious, have a conversation with a friend, right? Oh, I have a scratch on my forehead. Interesting. I have so many bruises from just being a badass, right? Because that's who I want to be on the inside and the outside. Because I know that if I train and I move my body and I also do the shadow work and work on my mindset, that everything, I look completely different. on the inside and the outside. It's a feeling and the physical perception that I have when I look at myself in the mirror, right? And that is what the work is. And that is what this mastermind is turning into. And I'm just so stoked about this. And I'll give y'all more information about the things that I do in order to create this for myself. These lives are going to be like way too fucking good. But this work is profound. And the more and more that you tap into it, that is when your genius arises. And so there's no need to be confused about anything. There's no confusion. There's no trying to figure it out. It took me a year to understand this. There's no trying to figure it out. And not understand it. Really, I understood it, but it took me a year to embody it. And that's, for example, how uncomfortable are you when somebody's making eye contact with you? I wish I could make eye contact with you right now and watch your eyes squirm. Because that is intense, because somebody is seeing you and you're being seen. And that can feel very intimate. But it's not about somebody else, it's about you. It's about you looking deeper within yourself. And so the homeworks that I give is gazing with yourself in the eyes, or gazing with a friend or a partner in the eyeballs. And there's so much more to that, but just start there. Just stare and notice what comes up. Notice how you feel, right? Notice what thoughts come up. It's these tools are all for the transformation that I provide. And I'll talk about genius and then I'll hop off here, because this is beautifully wrapping around in a full circle. So I did yoga, physical therapy, right? Then yoga, then personal training. And then I was like, I am so burnt out with this body thing and so overly absorbed in everything that people are saying online. I'm like, this is just making me go cuckoo. I got to back off. I need to just hiatus, get me the fuck out of here, right? And I jumped straight into something else that I am just mind blown by half the time. And that is our mental reality that we create in the meta states, and how we can be in charge of our lives. I used to think oh, I need to be trauma informed and not say any triggers. People don't need to be triggered. No, get fucking triggered. Because that trigger is going to launch you into the freaking universe of whatever you want. If you don't want to get triggered, then you're just going to stay the same. You're putting a box around you to keep you safe from the world. You're stronger than that. You are a powerful person. And you know that. You know you are so powerful. But it's believing yourself. Believing when the thing comes up, right? Joan, if you're still on here, I don't know if this eyeball is you, but intuition tells you grab that flashlight, and you don't do it, you're going to walk into a spider web, right? So you grab the flashlight, you grab everything, and you listen to your intuition, and you believe yourself, and you build this connection with the universe and this relationship with the universe, and then everything comes so easily from that when you trust. Just falls into your lap. You don't even have to try. Because you're letting go. You're not trying. You are there. You're doing it. You're stepping already into that. It's already done. You are there. And that concept is very difficult for some people to actualize, to embody. Because they're like, it's not here in my physical illusion. Well, it's an illusion of your past mental reality, right? My mentor said that to me, blew my mind. I was like, that's it. That is it right there. So back to what I was saying, the story. So it's all for a reason. People used to think, oh, I am not even using my college degree for anything. Why'd I pay for that? Doesn't matter. You're always using it. all the information that you learned, all the skills that you learned, the people skills, the, driven skills, the all the triggers about yourself, all the things that you learned about yourself, it's all for you to elevate yourself to your next level. And sometimes it takes somebody sitting across from you and being like, you're not recognizing this, right? Or to somebody to say your physical illusion is the result of your old mental reality, of yesterday's mental reality, right? Manifestations happen for me in moments because I trust and I believe, right? And so the goal is to always focus on what I want and always focus on the fact that I'm moving forward. And then the ideas come to me, my masculine serves me, and then I can continue to just enjoy my life and have my life like a dream. Because that's what I want to create, right? What do you want to create? So to have this profound switch from total just physical, starting to get into meditation and breath work, and then just like full on force, like power of the mind, and recognizing how when you have that, you can literally do anything with your physical body. When women lift cars off of their babies, right? When they're like with all the adrenaline, you can create that without the fear and the scaredness and the huge rush. You can create this with determination, with commitment to it, and with releasing it, letting it go and just knowing it's coming to you, right? And the knowing is a constant knowing. It's a consistent knowing. It's a consistent understanding. It's a consistent belief over and over and over again. And you just continue to believe and believe and believe, and do the shadow work and break down everything that's telling you otherwise, right? Because this is your reality and you create it. And so everything that I've been learning about the mindset and the states and this, psi world and this cynetics, physically being like a chameleon, you will create what you want so much faster when you tap into this. And that is what Optimize and Magnetize is changing into. Hi, Chris. Because you can't ignore your genius. You can't. It's your dharma, right? And my dharma is this physical form and the mental form and the energetic form all meshing together to create exactly what you want. Matching the internal and the external states, like keeping your face exactly how you want it to look. Without having to like buy a bunch of fucking products. Hi. And think that you need to like have all this Botox and like do all these like actual physical things. Your mind can change you so much. And so tapping into this genius, this focus on the mind is exactly what I needed in order to step into that, right? So don't ignore your urges to go learn something new. A lot of people think, oh, well, I don't want to commit that long to something. It's like, what would happen if you committed for 6 months? Everything that doesn't fucking matter is just going to fall off, and you're going to have so much more space to add everything that you want back in. There's no worry about where you're going or what you're doing. The genius just arises, okay? And this is exactly what we're going to go into in Optimize and Magnetize. It's not about getting online. It's about creating exactly what you want, creating this internal and this external match so that you can be in integrity with yourself, right? It's about knowing where you're at right now, knowing you're already so fucking badass and you're already going into the future and just getting to that next level. And it's about tapping into the power that you have to be the absolute creator. And when I say absolute creator, y'all, it's not magic. It's like, but it is magic. Because not all of us can see it with our own 2 eyes. But we also can't see all the stars in the universe and we believe it's there, right? Belief is everything. Faith is everything. Blind faith is what you need to have. And just continue to create what you want and continue to tune into what feels good, and what feels bad, you drop it immediately. No apologies. No explanations. Like, that was like step 4 of manifestation, right? Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because this is what's going to create what you want. And your genius will arise. Your intuition will build. Your authenticity to be whoever you want to be will come out, and your message will be heard and valued and so easy to tap into. Like, I've done a million of these lives, and sometimes I'm like stuttering and trying to talk about something that I understand but isn't connected, right? Because I was in that resistance. I was pushing against it, and then I let go, and it just flows, y'all. The ideas just come in. You're sitting there, you're doing something, you feel inspired, you go take action. That's how it works. You get curious, you let it go, you open yourself up to receive, you have the opportunity, and you go for it. And you commit to it, and then if it turns out to not be what you want, you fucking leave right away. You don't wait. You don't feel bad. Oh, well, I committed to these people and I'm supposed to do this and that. No, fuck that. You throw it away. You tell them, hey, this isn't for me anymore. Let's stop this. I was in a collaboration with a group of women who I adore so much, but it did not feel good. And all of my questions weren't being answered. I was getting curious. There was so much resistance. There was a lot of negative energy that wasn't going to propel me into the future. It wasn't going to help me create what I wanted. So I stopped it. No matter how these people feel about me now, no matter if they blocked me, no matter what is created from that. Because if somebody cannot respect you for your decisions, they should not be in your life. Right? They don't want to be. And you don't want them there. Right? We don't share our manifestations with people that are going to put us down, that are going to doubt us. We don't want that energy. We keep it for ourselves, and we share it to the people that understand us, that will pump us up. And otherwise, you keep it to yourself and you pump yourself up, right? And that's how you create what you want. So this method that's coming out of this thought process, this method that's coming out of this understanding, this embodiment, this creation, this genius, it's epic, y'all. It's epic. Because life gets to be effortless. And the more you tap into that, and the more you remind yourself of that, and the more you commit to it, the easier and easier life gets. And then you start looking exactly how your true soul blueprint ID, your true soul's ID blueprint, right? That's what my mentor calls it, but it's a great way to say it. You know who you are, you know who you want to be, and you know where you're at right now. So accept, let go, and go into the future, knowing that that's going to be created. And then listen to those intuitive urges to step into that. Do the things that scare you. I used to be terrified to have photos taken of me. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to book all the photo shoots. And I'm just going to feel stupid as hell. And I'm going to do it anyways. And now I love it. And I'm like, this is exactly what I should have done my whole life, right? Singing more. Doing things that I feel joy doing. I don't have to be fucking amazing at these random things. But the things that I am amazing at are my passions. And that is what I want to share with you. Everything else is just the joy that you create so that everything else flows, right? Because if you're not enjoying your life, the habits that you're creating are not going to stick, right? Habits are created with emotion. So, man, I'm teaching all of this stuff. This program, this method is profound. And I'm not saying that to be, I don't know what the opposite of humble is. I'm just saying it because it's the truth. Because I feel this way about it. And nobody is talking about fitness or the physical body in this way. They're talking about it in a less than powerful way, in a way of lack, in a way of like, oh, I know you're like talking shit about your body, you don't really feel good, blah, 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 so you want this. No, I know you know you're powerful, so let's fucking step to the next level. Let's get to the point where you already know you're powerful. So let's get to the next point. Let's get to the next level where you start creating in an instant, where your body transforms, where your life transforms. Like, this is the work. This is the work right here. Because you're not on rock bottom. You're never going to be on rock bottom. I don't even believe in rock bottom. We're always moving forward, no matter how we feel. No matter 2 weeks ago when I was like crying and like just letting it out, right? Like doing the work to release everything so that I could stand in this power today and tell y'all this stuff that's so profound that I opened myself up to receive because I stopped resisting the work. Hell yeah. So if you're in San Marcos and you're interested in this work, I have a space for you. Look at this beautiful gym. It's so big, it's so beautiful. We're turning it into a wellness center. And this is a part of the reason why I don't want to leave. We were sitting in a meeting 3 weeks ago, a month and a half ago. I was like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm committed. And I needed to say that. I needed to feel that in order for me to know that I didn't want that thing anymore. And I want this. And I want to be a part of this. And this is what excites me. But when you don't commit and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Like, no, you commit to the thing and continue to commit until you know for sure. I want this. And just don't let your doubts stop you. Because then you're in that constant state of like, I was saying this earlier today, like you have all this energy and you're batting it around like a cat, right? Instead of like having your fucking bone. Be a dog. Whoa. Oh man, that was funny. Can you tell I'm fired up about this? Because this is epic. And if you're in San Marcos and you want to do martial arts with me, please hit me up. Comment on this. I'll let you know where to go, what time. It's going to be just epic. The transformations that are going to come out of this are just going to be epic. And I'm so grateful, universe, for allowing me to have this relationship with you so that I can see these cues and know my dharma and know where I'm going. And like, know there is a higher level of processing that you can tap into when you do the work. And you will learn to tap into it in Optimize and Magnetize. And I may change the name. I feel like I'm probably going to. It's old news, right? And when you tap into that higher processing, it's an understanding. You don't even, like I said earlier, with Cook Soul, with the master, he, in 1 second, he does all his forms because it's an embodiment of the form. It's not focusing on the words. It's focusing on the feeling of the language, the understanding of the language itself, right? Like people say like, French is a romantic language. Okay, right? That's an understanding of the language as a whole, but it goes even deeper than that. And it goes even more profound than that and into a higher level of processing, higher level of understanding, where you can sit in a conversation and learn no matter what the fuck the person is saying, no matter how boring it is. This is the work. And the more and more that I practice the things that I love, the higher and higher and higher level that I come to where I can sit here and tell you how to get here. Because I've done the work. And this is the things that I want to teach people. And these are the things that matter to me the most. Because the people around me are all fit fam. And I love that. I love working with people who are driven and who want it. Hi, I don't know who just hearted, but love you. And I mean, everybody I attract, right? You attract the people that are like you. You attract what you focus on. And so when you want a relationship, you become the person that you're looking for. You want someone that's driven, you need to be driven. You want someone that is active, you need to be active. Step into that, and that person will come into your life because you are magnetizing that thing to you. And so the more and more that you work on the self, the inner, and then match with the outer, you're in integrity and everything comes to you easily. So good. Seeing if there's anything else I want to say. I hope all y'all listen to this. Like, this is it. This may even be better than that webinar. I mean, the webinar is like valid, very valid. Need to know that stuff. This is even further, even deeper. So if you're interested, DM me or comment on this, whichever is easier for you. Like, get in touch with me. Let's chat. Let's see how we can work together and if we're even a good fit. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to just keep growing myself so that I can keep facilitating this stuff for you and keep helping you grow to your next level. Mind is clear. Transmission ended. Love y'all so much.